ankle pogos. So we're using the wall as a way to introduce a single leg ankle pogo. And we'll do this with a lot of types of ankle injuries. Someone that's coming off like an ankle sprain, kind of build some confidence. We'll use this with Achilles ruptures, just a way for us to scale back load. Maybe someone that's had some sort of ankle injury that didn't go through like a progressive loading protocol, and then now they don't trust their ability to produce and absorb load through that ankle joint. So we can go to the wall as a way to scale back before we do any sort of weight bearing or like unweighted weight bearing with like bands and stuff like that. So on your back next to the wall. So starting with my thigh about perpendicular from the ground and my shin bone about parallel with the ground. That's going to create close to a 90-degree angle. I'm going to slide myself out away from the wall just a little bit, and then I'll bring the opposite leg off the wall, and I'm going to kind of bridge up. That's going to put load on my forefoot. So most of the pressure on the wall is under the ball. I have my big toe and my pinky toe. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start working through some like pogo progressions where we're putting like a springing load through the ankle. So if you're really unsure about this, what you can do is just do some really quick heel raises to where you're dropping and coming back up to that top position. So I'm dropping my heel, coming back. And then when I start to add the pogo, I can do like one little quick movement, catch, reset. Come up, quick movement, catch, reset. So I'm trying to push off and absorb without having my heel smack the wall. So that way the actual calf complex is the one that's taking the load versus like having my heel bone smash into the wall. So up, reset. And then maybe it's 1 or 2 reps in a row before you start stringing together a series of them. And typically what we'll do, instead of you sitting there trying to count reps, is you'll try to keep a pace and you'll do it for a given time. So what we've done in the past is set up a metronome. So you can download an app, have it beat or have it hit at a certain beat. Maybe it's like 1 rep per second. So in a 10-second window, you're doing 10 reps. So set a timer and then set the metronome. You're trying to keep that pace. Or maybe it's just a given time or given rep count or whatever it may be. Typically that's all depicted for you within your programming, but just be mindful of your setup and be mindful that as you're doing those pogos, we will see people that will oftentimes like really start to sink into where their heel's hitting and they're pulling down the wall to get their hamstring for stability. Reset, check your setup. Obviously, as you're doing the pogo, it's more of a dynamic movement, so you will move around. You may need to stop, scoot closer to the wall to make sure you're in the correct setup position.